This is Salamancer, and I am totally not jealous of this guy at all. I mean, just because he's got a bigger, more illustrious beard than I am, that can hold a camera, I'm not jealous. You know. Well, anyway, it's gonna be the Syndicate versus Tangerine. Whoa, what happened there? Oops. Nothing happened. You didn't see anything. The Syndicate here, of course, in the red, Tangerine in the blue, and Syndicate's already on the point. Now, you guys who have seen at least one of these teams before, you know who a lot of these players are. The Syndicate, of course, has some luminaries like Stabby and TMP. Of course, everybody on that team. I've just seen some great stuff out of all of them. But, of course, on the blue team, we've got a lot of very experienced Sixes players as well. Not, you know... I don't know all of them for 100% sure, but the Overseer, of course, a medic who has been on, I think, maybe the Pharmacy. We've got a scout also called the Overseer, which is just going to completely screw with my head. Boulder from Team Vector, which I believe is intermediate. And then, of course, they have Huey Lewis and Don Newman, and Boulder is using the lock and load. Wicked kill there on TMP, although he kind of missed the Heavy, who got the Uber on anyway, so it doesn't matter. But right now, the point first goes to Tangerine, and I gotta say, the Syndicate, just because of their record in UGC, I would kind of expect them to win, even though they are going against a team that has, well, it does have some pretty crazy players in it, and JJK, who I guess is JFK's twin brother. JFK never held a sniper rifle, but this guy totally did. I don't know, I was going somewhere with that, and then it just disappeared. Anyway, JJK was going for the kill on that medic there. Did not manage to get it. But it looks like the Overseer has now popped the Uber. Where is this happening? Right out here. And it is going to be a Kritzkrieg, so this is kind of what happened to our team last week. Except that it looks like the Syndicate is able to slightly deal with it a little bit better. They did take quite a few kills, though, and JJK took down the Pyro, but that is the only loss right now for the blue team. Even despite that, they have 8 players up, and somehow they were not in position to stop the capture on the point. So Don Newman's going to have to stand back out here now. And Don, by the way, usually plays Pyro. But we've got Huey Lewis, who makes all kinds of Pyro videos on the Pyro for the blue team. And Uber popped, interestingly enough, on the Soldier. Jumped up into the air and used most of that Uber to try and get it on top of the medic. Could not manage to get the kill, and so the blue team is backing away towards their spawn. And one thing that I remember talking to X-Tine about after our game on Lakeside, X-Tine said that, hey, if you want to win games, especially on King of the Hill, don't be afraid to keep your medic really far back until that Uber is ready. And look at this. This is why the Overseer taking a lot of damage. The Uber is, of course, ready. It's a Kritzkrieg, but they're having difficulty right now just because of all the damage coming in at them. The medic is, you know, of course, going to be focused really hard on King of the Hill, because if you get the Kritzkrieg, this is what happens! Medic goes down for the Syndicate. They lose the point again. And so, friends on Tangerine, that's just what it's called. It's not called the Tangerines. It's not called Tangerine Syndicate. It's just the Tangerines. Damn it. It's just Tangerine. Okay, so our friends on Tangerine managed to grab that point, and they will probably hold on to it for a little while. They did finally lose their medic there. I think that might be the first kill on the medic they've had. Gareth gets taken down there as well by Meow, and so now Owen, who also has been in 66 games a lot, sneaking up behind this little barricade here on King of the Hill Lakeside, waiting for the rest of his team to get in position before he decides to poke out. And didn't do a heck of a lot of damage. He's actually backing way off here. Now Bravo running back to his medic, needs some heals. So does the Heavy. Of course, you got to keep that Heavy up at 450 as much as possible. Because otherwise, I mean, where's he going to go? You know, you can't run back and rocket jump to get health because he's a Heavy. So he does have to get greedy on those heals sometimes. Anyway, a big push coming in with only 70% crits right now by the blue medic, and that's pretty dangerous, actually, to keep the medic that far forward. The Nozzle for the Syndicate also has an Uber ready to go, and they actually are now leading in time. Look at that. Managed to hold the point for long enough that they have a better time. Wow, that was actually really scary, by the way. The pill that came in from Boulder, because that guy is using the lock and load. Just one shot from that, I'm pretty sure, will kill a medic. And here comes the Uber from Red, so they actually built it up in time to stop the Kritzkrieg coming in, and yet the Crits still managed to get a kill there, I think. TMP goes down. JJK is dead as well, and Meow is doing some spam out there, so Syndicate still holding on to the point with a very aggressive Uber that came over the top of those stairs. Stabby wants to get some stabs off, and instead eats a direct hit shot from Bubba, who, man, these guys are just, they're really trying hard right now to make me not want to say their entire names. That's just how it is. Kyle is playing a typical scout here, and actually really far back for the Syndicate. It seems like that's what both scouts are doing. Both these teams, they're not trying to get in on top of the enemy. They just want to play really conservative, passive. He ran all the way back to spawn just for health. He didn't want to take health kits from the rest of his team, but of course he's not going to be anywhere to really help. Now finally, it looks like there is going to be a blue scout coming in on the side, but he got spotted out. Meanwhile, TMP may have been chasing down the medic there, and he ended up eating some needles. That got him killed. Liberty Launcher taking down Stabby. But of course Stabby's using the Dead Ringer. Gosh! Stop reading people's names early. Dark Necrid was what I was reading there. But no, Stabby using the Dead Ringer. Where is that guy right now? Because he's probably going to try and help. Well, it doesn't really matter at this point. What matters is that the Syndicate holds the point. They have an Uber to pop, and there they go. They do pop it just to prevent their opponents from getting any more time on that point. That is a round in favor of the red team. The Syndicate goes up 1-0 in this King of the Hill battle. I want to see where Stabby goes. Pretty much. Here he goes. Of course, it's not as cool to watch this as it is to watch like somebody sticky jumping. But what is cool, he's going to be disguised, and right now he's disguised as an enemy scout. So of course, I mean, they know there's going to be a spy somewhere, and he's pretty much just actually managed to hop up there without people really paying too much attention to him. He is kind of in the same place as the spy. Goes for the stab on his enemy spy, and now using the Dead Ringer to get away from that. So he did kind of get into the scrim there a little bit. A little point, and is now going behind the enemy team. The Prince is ready to go for the Overseer. They aren't quite ready to pop it yet. Oh, they should! There they go, and it's too late there. They lose a lot of players there, including the Overseer. The Medic is down right now, so I think they held on to that crits a little bit too long, didn't manage to get out there and use it against their opponents. Now the Nozzle's going to have that Uber. Stabby gets his first stab of this round, I think. Maybe second already. But there goes a lot of players for our blue team. Don Newman, the heavy, is down. Stabby's going to run over here and probably drop a sapper. No, doesn't even need to. Does get, you know, set on fire. But of course he can just use the Dead Ringer to eliminate that, and just needs to find a decent place to decloak and make sure that his opponents cannot hear that sound. What is the Medic doing? That is a little bit too far forward, probably. Stabby, meanwhile, is looking to get the kill on the sniper and gets spotted out. Now it's the Syndicate once again holding the point here very strongly. They've got a good presence on the point from TMP, and this guy is moving around all over the place just so he cannot get sniped. This is a great way, by the way, to eliminate snipers, or at least make them, you know, feel a lot more pressure than they normally do. Use that Wrangled Minisync. It's just absolutely a huge middle finger to those snipers who, on Lakeside, are normally so powerful that you have to, as a team, you have to shut them down somehow. And that is exactly what the red team is doing. Stabby's back up. And looks like whenever that spy again, man, this guy just does not stop using that Ambassador. But is not using the Dead Ringer anymore. He's actually using the normal Invis Watch, which may have been spotted out. I'm not sure. Necrid probably didn't see that through his death cam. Stabby does manage to find a nice spot to decloak, though. And that's the thing, if you change your spy watch like this, if you are versatile enough to be able to use all these watches with these, then if they expect you to be using Dead Ringer, look what happens. They're going to be listening for the Dead Ringer to go off, and it never will. You get right behind people and get that kill on them. Anyway, the blue team lost a couple players here again. They tried to Uber onto the point. The Uber's already over, and there goes the heavy. Not only Girardi'd, but, oh, Stabby. Anyway, he got what he needed to do. He got done what he needed to get done, is what I meant to say. The Overseer is running a regular Uber. They have decided against the crits here and are dropping down kills and stickies and whatever else at an incredible speed, trying to take the point. Boulder, though, I'm not really sure if he's using the lock and load. I gotta be perfectly honest. Like, it's cool if you've got like super awesome aim, but he hasn't really hit too many shots with it yet. So it's just kind of, it's not working very well. And there he goes. Once again, the sniper, JJK, doing his job. Taking down players on the point, which is really, I mean, if you can just consistently shut down people getting on that point, they're all going to get scared. I know the feeling. You get scared if you're walking onto the point because you're just like, the sniper's going to kill me. Okay, that's what's going to happen here. Wow! Barely flashed on him in time to stop Stabby from stabbing him. And Stabby's still trying to get around behind. JJK, meanwhile, spots his own team's Uber going for the heavy there as well, and he's been pressured by a scout who wisely backs away from him after he gets Girardi, because that bushwhacker would have killed him instantly. Overseer running back now, trying to get a hit, maybe a couple more hits in on that soldier, and oh no! I think the Overseer realized, and I want to say it's a she, that she could not get back into spawn without that soldier predicting her movements and hitting her with a rocket, so she decided to do, I mean, the only available thing to do, which was go for a different corner and hope that one of her teammates spawned, but sadly, Not the case. And the Nozzle now has a huge Uber advantage. Owen doing some cute little scout movement up in the lake house there. Trying to get on top of a sconce. I don't even know what you call it. That's not a sconce. It's a lamp, okay? It's a lamp. But as you may know, if you played Egypt, they actually burn you on Egypt. I don't think they burn you on Lakeside. So you can stand in them forever, for however you want. And Bravo calling us back to that medic chase we saw with the Overseer. They've got 30 seconds left to go for the Syndicate, the red team, and look at that, 2 minutes for Tangerine. So Tangerine's going to have some difficulty. The Syndicate, I mean, they only have to take it back 1, maybe 2 more times at the most to win this game. But we'll see if Tangerine can hold on to it this time. They've got some stellar players. They just need to get the teamwork going, and they need to take this game kind of seriously if they want to win it. Stabby is getting in position behind. And there you go. He spots Boulder, so Boulder has been really focused hard. Stabby, of course, somehow dodged that Girardi. I have no idea what happened there. But the Girardi is on the Heavy, who is taking a lot of damage and goes down. Stabby is going to wait for this Uber to end and then give shot outs. But no, it's cool. It's cool. He's still managing to get around behind. Going for the medic, actually places the Saber. And, oh, he's really wanting to get this kill on the Overseer. Can't quite hit it. Decides to cloak up wisely, just making sure he stays alive. The rest of his team is trying to get in position to take the point back. Oh man, Stabby, you were going to run out of cloak so fast. Somehow nobody was watching him, so, uh-oh. Oh no! Huey does find him, and Stabby cannot get the kill. So Huey Lewis with the kill on Stabby McStabstab. The Syndicate has lost over a minute on that point to their opponents, and they've just lost their Heavy to a pretty darn good headshot from Gareth GC. So we'll see if Tangerine can't retake the point quickly. They need to, because there's only 13 seconds left until their opponents win. Dark Necrod's going to decloak right now. Nobody spotted him. He's going for the kill. Can't get it. And the medic is probably going to have to start, using that overdose. Pulls out the needles, trying to get the kill. And Dark Necrod can't hit those shots. Ambassador, I got to tell you, that is a tough revolver to hit with. And there's the Uber, the Syndicate. Once again, holding onto an Uber here. Just in time to stop the point. Oh, wow. Stabby gets the Uber drop there on Bubba. No, I'm sorry, the Overseer, not Bubba. But Bubba died too. In fact, almost early stuff. Owen's trying to get on there, but he gets taken down actually by JJK. I thought that was going to be a mini-sentry knock him off, but nope. It was the sniper with a body shot to finish him off. And now the Syndicate is up 2-0. I think they do play to 4. Oh, wow, nice. We've got TMP flare jumping. I want to check that out. Wait, yeah, there he is. So he's gonna, okay, decides to stop flare jumping now, wants to keep that full overheal as he gets out to the point, which is a pretty darn good idea in my opinion. Overheals are nice. And now trying to set on fire that sniper. If you can do that, setting snipers on fire makes it so much harder for them to hit anything that they try to. And no, the detonator does not have that crit glitch anymore, so even if you switch away from it, it will never deal critical hits, unless it's crit streak. But yeah, it will deal mini crits still if you hit somebody, so it's still going to be like 45 or 60 damage or something when you hit somebody who's already on fire. Right now, though, TMP is just kind of doing the normal Pie Bro role, which is defend the medic, defend the rest of the team from spies, whatever else may be coming at them. Having that Pyro next to your medic means you can control space very well, keep a lot of people away just with the air blast. And of course, you keep spies away too, because nobody wants to walk into flames. At least nobody's sane and rational. And there goes the Uber versus Uber situation. Blue popped their second. Will they be able to take advantage of that, though? So far, not dealing a lot of damage. They've got TMP down, JJK's down as well, and Stabby just ate a rocket. So actually, the Syndicate's losing a lot of players here. Meow can still get in and spam the point, but very quickly he's going to get blasted away by that Heavy. And now there's a soldier and a spy putting a lot of pressure on this red medic. So no, the Syndicate does lose the point, but for how long? The question is, can Tangerine hold on to this for longer than they have in the past rounds? Because they need to get something together here. They've put a little bit of time on point each round, but they have not been able to win one yet. Which, you know, sounds fairly obvious, but they've really got to start working on it. Because so far their strategy of just relying on their players to be really good isn't working. It's not working at all. So they need to get some faster pushes together, more coordinated. And there you go, JJK needs to be stopped. That guy, let's see what his points are. Actually, yeah, he's about doing average, I guess. Not too horrendously great, but he is getting important picks. So is Stabby, and it's just meaning that a lot of the aggression coming in from Tangerine isn't going to work out. Not going to work out at all. The Overseer is having some difficulty. 10 health left, and there you go. Riga J takes down the Overseer with that crazy minigun. So now the Syndicate's in a really nice position. Oh, Bravo goes for the air shot. Can't get it. That is too bad. I was really hoping that was going to happen. But now TMP's really far forward here, actually, and Boulder just hit him with a direct pipe. I did actually just learn, I think the maximum, without a critical hit or something, the maximum you can get from the lock and load is like 149. So you can't quite one-shot a medic, but it is super close. And TMP's coming in now. He was behind for that whole time. He's trying to find where that Pyro was. He actually finds the spy instead. But the Pyro, of course, lighting his fellows on fire. He did not like that one bit. So he gets some heals off of that. Very well-placed dispenser, by the way. I like that dispenser location on Lakeside. If you are an engineer, consider dropping a level 3 dispenser right there for your team. I mean, as long as it's not a pub, because pubs, you're never going to have a dispenser that far forward. But in a game like this, where it is, everybody coordinates and where you kind of know where your team's going to push together, that's a good location for it. You help your team basically hold this low ground where they're kind of defended from the sniper, because look at this, the medic can just stand back here, and you got to be careful about people jumping in, but as long as you've got a Pyro hanging around, which right now they don't, of course, you shouldn't be too bad off. And look at the time by the Syndicate so far. They have already put down a whole bunch. Stabby going for the sappers and is really messing with his demo man. Demo was thinking about, Boulder was thinking about going for the hand kill there. So he gets that. Oh, Sugar J actually got hurt and realized after he threw that sandwich down that you can't eat it yourself anymore. So at least I think this was played up for that. And a nice little ambush there by his opposing heavy, who Don Newman, I think, is dead as well. Boulder, yeah, Don Newman got a nice kill there before he died, and so it's going to prevent the heavy from holding down that point. Boulder eating up some heals now from the Overseer, but that is perfectly fine as they can build it nice and fast up to their Uber. They're already at 50% because of how fast they were building that, and their opposing medic came up a lot later. So they're going to be pretty happy with their position on the point for now. This could end up being a pretty close round. A minute and 40 left to go for Tangerine. A minute and 5 left for the Syndicate. And Tangerine holds the point. The longer they can hold it, the better. But Gareth goes down. That's going to be a sniper gone. And JJK is already up, so that's pretty scary considering the long respawn time of Gareth. He will not be in position to try and for a while. Bubba gets a couple good shots off on Sexy Shany Bear. So the Syndicate loses their engineer. But this, you know, he was okay with that, I guess, anyway. As one thing that engineer was doing, along with a couple other players, was pushing the rest of the blue team back far enough and just applying enough pressure that they could get players on here and capture the points. And that's what they've done in the Syndicate, capturing once again. Dark Necrid is in the water right now. Somehow he is still smoking that cigarette. I guess they make special spy cigarettes that work in water. That's my only explanation for that. So I kind of want to become a spy. I don't even smoke, but I would take up smoking just for that. Necrid finds Stabby. Oh, you got to feel good about that one. And the Nozzle has an Uber once again. Look at this, 30 seconds left and they have an Uber, so they can just walk onto the point. And, oh no, it's a crits! So they don't have to walk onto the point, they just have to lay down a bunch of crit stickies on the point and destroy everyone. Oh, the rest of the crits, though, is going on to Dark Necrid. So he actually stole a lot of the crits and a lot of the heals from that medic. So it looks as if maybe Tangerine can get it back, and I think they're going to. Yes, they will. There they go. Had to stop that scout and demo man. And Don Newman looks so suave eating that sandwich. Oh, and it doesn't matter at all. It's too bad. He gets taken down by Stabby. The Syndicate has all their players up. Kyle just drops. But can they get the point back? I don't think so. Quite yet. They do have a heavy and a soldier now getting up there, but they're taking a lot of damage. They gotta be careful about this. And yes, there is. Oh! TMP with a crazy reflect there. Not air shot, but reflex reflect. That is what I was trying to say. There goes the Overseer. That is what they need. The Syndicate caps the point, and there is nothing that the blue team can do about it. 3-0 right now, so I'm pretty sure that's halftime. Yes, it is. And that is just scary. I mean, you know, Egyptian-looking dungeon, guy with a lampshade on his head, and he is about to whip somebody. It's looking pretty awful, I gotta say. Who's gonna get the whip? You know you like it. Looks like he actually whipped the Pyro there for a little while. But there you go. He's getting that heavy out there as fast as he possibly can. It looks like the heavy actually, it does, the brew stacks with it. Getting the medic out as well. And Bravo goes for the shot on the scout. Can't quite get it, but right now he is in position to maybe do some good damage on his opponents coming through that doorway. Actually, 2 kills right now. Kyle and Sugar J have gotten kills so far. Bravo, wow! So hits that nice shot on Dark Necrid, so he's been doing his job, although he is dead now. And a soldier coming in at the medic. The Nozzle's got to be really careful here. Manages to dodge that soldier just barely. And Meow is now having some difficulty from a very aggressive heavy. But this aggression may not pay off for Tangerine, who is, by the way, now in the red. That team is red. And the Syndicate is blue. But yeah, that aggression may not pay off for them. Oh, Stabby's going for a Matador stab. Can't quite hit it. Looks like he may be using the Dead Ringer here. No. And, uh-oh. Huey Lewis with the flare shot. I kind of want to see somebody just, like, write flare shot in chat. And Sugar J, oh, he's eating minigun, so that is really good for him. And it looks like Tangerine's going to get this point pretty quickly. In fact, they will be the first one to do it this half. Laying on some sticks now, but Boulder is still using that lock and load. And I want to see him use it correctly and hit somebody with it. Well, I mean, okay, so use it correctly might be a little bit strong, but I do want to see him hit somebody with it. I think he did like once at the beginning of the game. Now Lane ends up with a good sticky trap inside the door, which is a very common thing to do here on Lakeside. As a demo man, just making sure that you hold this house so that your opponents cannot get inside of it and give a flank on you. Sounds like, though, Dashner. Wait, Dashner? I guess so. Dashner of Tangerine ends up dying, and that is going to be the heavy for Tangerine. So maybe that was a sub, because I don't think I remember him being there in the first half, but I could just be a complete idiot. I don't know. Anyway, Boulder was Ubered. Looks like the counter Uber is coming out now from the Syndicate, and Boulder ends up eating it, cratering into the ground. So here comes a Pyro, TMP, eating a lot of that Uber just to try and chase down the red team, but didn't manage to get enough damage, and he realized that it was not a situation where he was going to be very good once the Uber faded, so he did back away. That is an important thing to remember that you can do as a Pyro. You can always back up. And that's exactly what he did. Scout now getting in here on the heavy, takes him down, and Owen is going crazy right now. Of course, this guy is obviously a 6v6 Scout. He knows how to get the kills quite easily. Let me find him. Right now he's just peppering away at the Demo Man, knowing that there's not a lot the Demo can do to him. He comes back inside the lake house. They do not hold the point right now, and that's what is going on? Oh, and get out of the water. You don't need to take a bath. You just need to kill people. But that's one of the difficult things to do, actually, just take that point by yourself. It takes a while to capture it, and if you don't have a big, high HP chunk of your team on the point, it can go down pretty easily, and you will not get that capture. You just start losing people. So Owen is doing his job. He's just standing on the flanks. His teammates need to be the ones to cap it. They're not doing that right now. So he's doing his job. The rest of his team may not be doing theirs properly. The push isn't working too well, and Owen is pretty much just holding down the Lakeside and making sure nobody flanks. He's playing passive scout, which isn't always the most fun thing to do, but he will be holding this side down quite effectively. Look at that, though. Dasher and Cowbeef taken down over here by a very enterprising Demo Man. Meow from the Syndicate. Doing, pulling his weight quite effectively. I really want to see Owen get some more kills. He's on a streak right now. Gotten a heavy and a sniper so far. And is now just going to kind of lie in wait under the water. There you go. He has found his opposing scout, and actually 10 health left. Oh, no! He's still getting shot at. There you go. He is finally down. Okay, I couldn't even tell what was going on there for a second. But no, Owen tried his best. It didn't work. And look at this, 60 seconds left until potentially the game ends, because this is played to 4. The Syndicate already has 3 points. They have the point right now as well. They control the middle points, is what I'm trying to say here. So they could end this pretty fast. They've got an Uber as well, so unless the Nozzle drops Uber somehow, this could be game over. They're doing quite a good job of holding the point from the low ground for the most part. They've got a couple players standing on the high ground as well. And now, with 30 seconds left to go, if they just walk up here and throw the Uber down on the point, that is going to waste so much time from the red team. That's pretty much it. And look at this, red does not have an Uber at all. They will not have time to get one up. And there you go, that is exactly what they do. A very early Uber, but it doesn't matter. They're just going to use this to waste a little bit more time off the clock. And the more time they waste, the better it is for them. I'm pretty sure that our blue team is going to have this. They do finally lose their soldier, and everybody's going to have to get on this point right now. All the red team is collapsing onto it, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. TMP is down, Kyle's down, but they've lost a couple players of their own. They will probably get the point. They've got their heavy medic combo here and an engineer as well, but it looks as if our... Oh, no, our spy tried to get in on that. Didn't work at all, so Stabby is down. And there you go. Actually, the Syndicate loses a lot of players to that aggression, so potentially red team can keep themselves in this game for another round, but they need to hold the point for a very long time. 2 minutes and 4 seconds left until they can win this round, and if the blue team captures at any point, it is game over. So we're going to see some very desperate play out of the red team. They can't lose a point or they lose the match here in the UGC Platinum Division. And wow, look at that anti-aircraft gun. Sugar J knocking out Bubba very, very easily, who just basically jumped straight on top of him. And now, oh man, a lot of the players are going straight in after the medic, but it's not working at all. Our blue team is on the point. Now they've wasted so many players that pretty much red is not going to get this. They have desperate play. And that is going to be it. GG, ladies and gentlemen. That is King of the Hill Lakeside. No re out of Bravo. So, of course, we are bad-mannering the crap out of this game. But thank you for watching. This has been Salamancer, and do cheer for your favorite teams on youtube.com/fatmop. It's where all of these awesome shoutcasts go, and some of the not-so-awesome ones too. But hey, nobody's perfect. Anyway, thanks for watching.